Alright, so we're taking a look at this Spider-Man 3 book, I Am Venom. This book was adapted by NT Raymond, and this is the first book that he made out of two books that he adapted from Spider-Man 3. The other one that he made is called Spider-Man's New Suit. The author of this book, NT Raymond, has also worked on other smaller books adapted from movies and TV shows. Now, this book is kind of interesting because it actually tells the story from Eddie Brock's perspective, the villain's perspective, so it's interesting to see the story that way. So yeah, let's get right to it. So we start off here with that one scene where Eddie Brock was trying to give a photo to Mr. Jameson, after Spider-Man saved Gwen from the building. And then we got this narration up here, and it's Eddie Brock narrating to us, the audience, about his story. He says, "My name is Eddie Brock, and I'm a photographer. I thought I could get a job at the Daily Bugle. They always want pictures of Spider-Man, and I have plenty. I brought them in to show J. Jonah Jameson. He was ready to hire me on the spot. Then Peter Parker showed up and said that he deserved the job instead." Right, so you can already kind of understand where they're going with this. They're telling you the story from Eddie Brock's perspective, or Venom's perspective, I suppose, I guess. Mr. Jameson said he'd give the photographer job to whoever could take a picture of Spider-Man stealing. Yep, that's right, Spider-Man with his hand in a cookie jar. "You'll never get a picture of that," Peter said. But I wasn't so sure. I was determined to get the job. Okay, and now we have the Spider-Man receiving the key to the city scene, except Spider-Man's not there yet. We just have Eddie taking pictures of Gwen. The next day, Spider-Man was being given the key to the city. It was the perfect photo opportunity, especially since Gwen Stacy was presenting it to him. "Gwen sure is beautiful. I took a lot of pictures." Gwen gave Spider-Man the key to the city, and then she gave him a kiss, too. Boy, was I mad. Oh yeah, he sure does look mad, huh? Okay, so here he says, "I was determined to get the job at the Daily Bugle. I had to shoot that picture of Spider-Man stealing." So it's interesting, they're almost like adding this detail here that Eddie Brock got mad that Gwen Stacy kissed Spider-Man, and that's like an extra detail of motivation of why, I don't know, Eddie Brock wanted to frame Spider-Man for doing something that he didn't do. "One night I saw Sandman robbing a bank. I knew Spider-Man was sure to be close behind. Sure enough, he soon arrived. He was wearing a new suit, a black suit. There was something different about Spider-Man. He grabbed my camera and smashed it. New suit, new attitude," he said. "I took your girl and your camera. How about that?" Yeah, I can understand why he became a villain. "You can take my girl, but once you take my camera, that's crossing the line, buddy." The next day I gave Mr. Jameson a photograph of Spider-Man robbing the bank. I had faked the photo, but I knew it was just the kind of picture he wanted. They printed it on the front page of the Daily Bugle. I got the job. I was celebrating when Peter Parker came along to ruin it. Uh-oh, here comes Bully Maguire. He let everyone know that the picture was fake. I lost my job. Huh. A newspaper company printing out fake stories and pictures? Wow. I could never imagine that happening. But you know what? Props to you, Peter, for doing that. Good job calling him out on that. Oh, okay, interesting. He's visiting Gwen. Yeah, I remember hearing about a deleted scene like this. I didn't know what to do. Seeing Gwen would make me feel better. I went over to her house to ask her out. She turned me down and went out with Peter Parker instead. Why'd he get the job and the girl? It wasn't fair. How could I get back at Peter? I went to a quiet place to sit and think about it. Suddenly, my prayers were answered. Yeah, so in the movie, we have that one line. It doesn't mention it in this book, but Peter basically says to Eddie, You want forgiveness? Get religion. And that's literally the reason why he ends up in this church. And he's talking about his prayers. I mean, this is supposed to be about forgiveness. And so he prays to have God kill Peter Parker. I mean, there's so many other things you could have prayed for. And I mean, like, how about, like, you could have prayed for, like, I don't know, like, getting, like, another job or, like, I don't know, like, a second shot at life in general or something. But nope, he goes to the church and he's like, hey, God, do you think you can kill Peter Parker? Because I faked a photo at my job and I got fired. And I also lost my girlfriend. So, yeah, I think that you should kill Peter Parker. Yep, here we go with the symbiote. Drip, drip. I felt something on my shoulder. I felt it again. This time I could see black goo dripping down on me from somewhere up above. Where was it coming from? I couldn't believe my eyes. The goo was dripping off Spider-Man. And he was really Peter Parker. I burned with anger. The goo covered more and more of my body. I started to feel strange, but very powerful. I liked it. My special powers were growing. I'd never be the same. Now I am Venom. I'm strong and fast, and no one will stand in my way. Especially not Spider-Man. I am ready for revenge. Alright, well, that was Spider-Man 3, I Am Venom. Let me know what you thought about this book. I thought it was interesting. I thought it told the story pretty well for a short book. I thought it added a little bit more context to the story compared to the movie. So yeah, as far as the work that this author has done, NT Raymond, as far as the work that he has done regarding Spider-Man 3 books, the only ones that I could find were this book, Spider-Man 3, I Am Venom, and Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man's New Suit. So yeah, after this video, I will be covering the book Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man's New Suit. And I will leave a link for you to be able to view this book. The only thing is that you have to make an account with Internet Archive, and it's free to make an account with Internet Archive. So the other thing you should know is that you do have to borrow these books through Internet Archive's digital library. Sometimes that's the case with Internet Archive, and sometimes it's not the case. I know it's kind of dumb, but yeah, that's just their way of doing it, and I can't make the guarantee that it will be available for you to borrow. The only thing is, though, is that, like, not all books are going to be available to borrow at all times, because there will be multiple people borrowing the books. And I guess, I don't know, they just don't allow so many people to borrow the books at all times. It's not really that good of a system, in my opinion. I feel like if they're there to borrow for free, I mean, I feel like they should just be available to view for free. You shouldn't have to borrow them. And there shouldn't be a limit on how many people should be able to borrow them. And I mean, if you really don't want to do that, you could always purchase a physical copy of these books. So, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. And, with that being said, I'll see you next upload.